Then after that first inning, how impressed were you with what you got from Edinson tonight?
Well, great. I mean, he felt a little strong, really had trouble finding his arm slot in the first inning, walked the bases loaded, and still limited the damage. Had really, really good stuff tonight. Good sinker. After the first, again, found his arm slot a little bit. Had all of his pitches working. 7 strong innings right there with no runs was huge, exactly what we needed.
You haven't used Wade or Kelvin 3 straight days like you did tonight all season. What went into that?
Big game. I mean, geez, these are 2-game swings here. We lose tonight, we're down 4. Back 4, we win, we're 2. So, we were pulling out all the stops tonight.
More impressive at bat, an 0-2 homer from Whit or that full count opposite field triple?
Well, the opposite field triple, that's the first base hit that we've had in a 3-2 count since we went on the road. I mean, we were like 0 for 12 with 4 walks. So we hadn't been very productive in that spot. And that was, an opportunity there to get us on the board early. Eske came up with a single to drive him in, but the home run was a beautiful, sight too. Weighted back real nice on a curveball and drove it over the bullpen.
Salvi was a guy who actually was a better hitter once he got here than the minors. Do you kind of see that maybe with Whit too a little bit?
I don't know. I just look at Whit and I just told Dayton this kid's not a flash in the pan, and his swing works up here. It's very compact. It's very short. He covers the plate really, really well. He has a good sense of timing on breaking pitches. He just gives you really, really good at bat.
When you get 3 straight starts like you've had now, this is who you guys really are. I thought you were going into this season, and it makes you pretty hard to beat, obviously.
Well, yeah, I mean, tonight was, anytime you beat a team like that, by 1 run, 2-1, you've done something. You've done a great job pitching. But, it's like everything else. You're going to have ups and downs, even in your rotation. And we've had 3 outstanding starts, and, I fully look for Chris Young to give us a 4th tomorrow.
Everybody's going to talk about Whit's offense, but he was part of 3 double plays, and all 3 of them were pretty important.
Yeah, all 3 of them were big. Every double play that we had were huge. But Whit's done a nice job. He's come up and he's manned a number of positions quite adequately, and he's done a really nice job at second base as well as third base and left field.
When Eddie has that first inning like he had, when he comes into the dugout, do you or Dave, they talk to him, or is it kind of just he has to find it out on his own?
No, he just has to find his arm slot. And, I'm sitting there thinking, just get to it, limit the damage here, and you're going to be fine. And once he got through that, he felt a little strong, and on a warm night, he felt better in the second inning, found his arm slot, and then went to work.
When you have a veteran guy like that, and if that's it, finding the arm slot is the problem in the first inning. On the list of reasons to struggle in the first, is that a relatively, you feel good about him going forward and fixing that?
Well, I've seen Eddie do that a number of times, where he gets in trouble in the first inning and does a really good job of limiting the damage. I mean, even to the point of bases loaded and nobody out, and comes in the dugout, giving up 1 run. So, I've got a lot of confidence in Eddie, even though he walks the first 2 hitters. And, you got runners at first and second with a really good offensive team over there with nobody out. I feel really good that he's gonna find a way to limit the damage, and, he battled through the 2 outs and ended up walking the 3rd hitter, but, got that 3rd out without nobody crossing the plate.
You said 2 things. You said the arm slot and he felt strong. Are those 2 things related in the first inning?
I just think, more being strong, probably. Than finding the arm slot. But when you're strong, I mean, you overthrow a little bit, you just feel good, and you got to get to a point where you gotta reel it back in a little bit and find your arm slot and get into your rhythm of the game and then go.
You mentioned this big game. It's why you threw Kelvin and Wade 3 days in a row. Obviously, they're in first place. This is a team that you guys had struggled against this year, getting that win. Is there any mental block or something like this, you get past and you win one of these tight ones like that can kind of get you going?
No.
Or it's just kind of how it goes?
That's how it goes. We feel good against playing anybody. I don't know why, but when we play Cleveland in their stadium, it just seems like it's a lot rougher go for us. We're a lot more comfortable playing here, and we have our fans behind us, and it's our home park, but we don't have any type of mental block.